Alright, let's get started. To make Anko, you will need Azuki red beans. You can easily find this in any Asian supermarket, but if you can't, I'll leave an Amazon link below. The next ingredient you will need is sugar, and that's it. Anko is a very simple and versatile filling. Now, let's measure out our ingredients. For Anko, you will need a 1:1 ratio of beans to sugar. So that means for every 1 cup of beans, you would need 1 cup of sugar. While that may seem like a lot of sugar, you have to remember, most Japanese desserts are very unsweet, so Anko will be the only sweetener. After measuring out all your ingredients, go ahead and set the sugar aside for later. Now, give your beans a good rinse at the sink. Oops, no bean left behind. Return your beans to your pot and fill it with water until 1 inch above the beans. Quick life hack. The first indentation of your pointer finger is about 1 inch, so you can use it to approximate 1 inch. Okay, let's turn on the heat. You want to parboil these beans for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want to do this to get rid of all the astringent or bitter flavors from the beans. Cool, after boiling for 2 to 3 minutes, go ahead and take off the heat. Careful, it's going to be hot. Go ahead and strain your beans. Look at all that brown and nasty juice. That's the majority of the bitterness from the beans. Now, here comes the long part. You want to bring the beans to a boil and let it simmer for 1 hour. Yes, 1 hour. You want these beans to be very soft. While it's simmering, don't forget to give it a stir every once in a while. After 20 minutes or so, you can see that a lot of water has evaporated. Make sure to always top off water to make sure your beans are always submerged. You want to stir and top off until you are able to crush the bean between your fingertips. I forgot to show this, but my beans reached that point in about 1 hour. Now, your cooking time might differ, so make sure to monitor it. At this point, you can optionally puree your beans for a more smoother paste, but I like mine chunky. After straining your beans, return them to the pot. Now, add half of the sugar you set aside. Now, you want to stir at medium-low heat until the sugar dissolves. At first, it'll seem like the sugar isn't dissolving, but if you keep going at it, it'll eventually dissolve. After the first half of sugar has been dissolved, you can add an optional pinch of salt. The salt will enhance the flavor, but not make it salty. Go ahead and add the rest of your sugar and stir to dissolve. And you want to keep stirring until most of the liquid has evaporated. Eventually, you want to reach the point where you can leave a streak in the pot with the beans, as shown. Alright, your beans are ready. Go ahead and take it off the heat. While there still may be some liquid left over, it will eventually evaporate as it cools. Transfer to a baking sheet or a container to let it cool down. And there you have it, a very good and delicious filling you can use in many different desserts. Look out for a video next week where I use this delicious paste for one of my favorite Japanese desserts, dorayaki. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for next week when we make amazing dorayaki. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe. Thank you!